everybody. Today we are going to talk about the pelvic floor. We might have 2 videos on this one because it's a big topic and we don't want to take all day for you here. So we're going to do one today. We'll see how it goes. If we feel like we need another one, we'll do another one next time. I'm Robin and this is Sonia. I almost forgot. And we are Bolly Moms on the go.
Yeah. So Robin, I made my fitness training and said, oh wow, I need to pee. Or like, no, I feel some drops. This is what you're talking about?
This is what I'm talking about. Or are you like sneeze?
Oh yeah. Or you laugh too much. It's like, no, I'm peeing myself.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. I talk about it a lot in my classes.
So who is concerned?
Mostly women. But you know, men's pelvic floor also gets weak.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, and it can cause prostate issues. So it's not solely to women. So when it comes to doing pelvic floor work, men shouldn't ignore it as they get older. Yeah, it's something that they have to pay attention to too. But we're talking about ladies today.
So women.
Yeah, women. Yeah.
Who had babies?
No, not necessarily. No, most women their pelvic floor is going to get weaker over time. So it may come even if you never had children, it just might not be as soon as someone who has had children.
Which I didn't know. So it was like mostly.
Yeah, it is a lot that. But as we get older, incontinence becomes a big issue for women. You know, and the reason that men don't suffer from incontinence is just the way that their structure is built, right? Ours is much more open. So I think the first thing that we have to tackle is the normalization of pelvic floor problems.
I know. Sometimes I feel like surprised when people say like, oh, I'm laughing too much, I'm gonna pee. It's like, is that a real joke or is that really what's happening? And you pretend it's normal.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the limit? Sometimes I feel like trigger is like, you're not supposed to have leaks. Or
you
have solutions to work on that. If you do have leaks, you have solutions to like prevent that.
That's right. And there's a difference between normal and common.
Yes.
Right? Because just because it's common doesn't mean that it's the okay, right? Like that it has to be that way. That's just life. I had a baby, or I'm getting older.
Yes.
So that's just the way it is. It's just is what it is. I can't do anything about it. No, you can do something about it, and it might take time. That's the scary part, you know. And for me, being in the fitness industry, it's a constant battle of work and paying attention and addressing it, because I am doing more than just having had my babies. I'm constantly putting pressure and jumping on it, and so it's even more difficult in that case.
So I think it's good to be aware of that even if you don't have any leaks, but to be aware that it might come, or like you have ways to prevent and work on that, whatever your age is.
Yeah. And so we're not doctors,
no,
nor are we pelvic floor physiotherapists in any way. We are just women who have been there, you know, and I think that what you should do is seek help, because there is more than one reason for incontinence. And a lot of people think it's weak pelvic floor, but in some cases, especially with moms, it's actually a too strong pelvic floor, because moms hold it, because moms are busy.
So the teachers,
teachers, they hold it for too long. And so your pelvic floor doesn't know how to actually release when it's supposed to. So then when you sneeze or you jump or something like that happens, it's forced to, because it's so full that it just has to. And then it's the nervous system, the monitor that says you have to pee, you have to pee, you have to pee, is trained poorly, because you're teaching it to hold. So then it doesn't actually trigger you to urinate as often as you're supposed to. You know, because just like any other part of your body, it's just a muscle. So you're teaching that muscle how to behave. And when we have babies and we're so busy or we're so tired and all these things, we certainly don't pay attention to our pelvic floor.
And I find it interesting that when you see your practitioner, they don't really ask you the question if you have any issues. Here, at least here.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Gabon, where the medicine is part of like very linked to the French system. So when I delivered my baby, the doctor asked me, okay, you have to work on it. So when I got pregnant, she said, you have to work on the pelvic floor. it's not really, it's something that's very like useful.
Common. Yeah.
And then she told me like after a delivery, I have to still work on it to help. And it's like, okay, but I wasn't really that aware. But it's like, but at least the doctor told me.
Yeah.
And here it's like no one,
yeah.
not even when I get my general checkup. It's like they're not asking me.
And some are probably better than others, but here you really have to seek someone who specializes in it. And there are lots now. There are lots of physiotherapists actually who can do an internal evaluation, which can be really helpful, because otherwise you're just telling them what you're feeling, but you don't necessarily have a knowledge of anatomy. And fair enough, you know, but they do. So they can actually go internally and test the musculature and how it's reacting and how it's responding, and then determine whether it is a case of weak or too strong, or just poor training, right? Because in that case, then you can retrain the muscle. Your body is malleable, it's fixable, it's changeable. All of those things can happen. But I had some other really good advice, and it was about panty liners.
Oh, what is that?
The thin pad that people wear. Lots of women, you're probably going to be shocked by this, lots of women wear panty liner every day.
Really?
Every day. Because they're nervous about those leaks. So they wear a panty liner just in case.
Okay.
Right? So if I cough or if I sneeze and I have a little leak, then I have a panty liner, so I'm not stressed out and freaking out about, you know, whether my pants are going to show. So I did that too for many, many, many years. And after my kids were born, especially in class, I would not go to class without a panty liner. Are you kidding me? Forget it, because I'm teaching, and so I can't leave. Like,
freeze.
Yes,
I'm coming back.
Exactly. And I would wear black leggings, you know, like I would do all these things. And then I talked to these ladies who specialize in it, and they were like, no, because your vulva is open, right? It's out in the air. So then if you're putting this panty liner up against your vulva all day, every day for however long, it has sometimes scent in it. It has like it's chemical, you know, and you're putting that right up against your vulva every day, all day.
It's not healthy at all.
It's not healthy at all. Plus, you are also removing any free airflow to your vagina. And sorry, ladies, I talk anatomically. I'm sorry if I'm making you uncomfortable. It's just how I speak.
That's part of the.
It's just part of our body. I know not everybody loves that though. So, you know, but if you're taking away all the airflow from your vagina, then that's also taking away some of the health of your vagina. And so we have to be careful about what we're putting up against our body, you know, and we know this in so many other ways. We talk about like perfumes and even what we're eating. We were just talking about plastic straws. Like we're also trying to be so conscious of things, but then we do these little things that we just don't even think about.
We're not aware yet, and hopefully now you're aware.
So there are other options now. So while you're trying to fix, you can. There's lots of new fancy type of underwear. They're what are they called? Things, I think.
I use that for my period, but I think now they have a line for
they have a line for incontinence as well. So that would be a much better option because it's more free flowing and it's not chemical that you're putting up against. It's just protection. You know, and fair enough, ladies, we get it. We don't want you walking around freaking out that you just had a leak, you know. I really get it. I never
got any issues. But I'm it's bringing me more awareness about it's still something that I have to be aware long term, because as I'm getting older, so my system and my muscles are getting not.
And you have a daughter, you know, so she might need some advice on that as well.
So it's good. It's very good to know that, to have the full picture.
So let's do our insights for today.
So the first one is leaks are not normal. Even if we hear a lot of jokes about, I'm sneezing and I'm leaking, and then, or like you're doing some sport or you're laughing too hard and then you're leaking.
It's common.
It's common. But don't make it normal. You shouldn't have it as your daily life, as normality.
Number 2, find a specialist. get out there and find somebody who can help you with your particular problem, right? Because we can't diagnose you via the screen, nor should we. We're not doctors. We already said that. So find a specialist, talk to your family doctor if they have information on that. And if they don't, ask them who, you know, but there's lots of pelvic floor physiotherapists now.
And
if
you
don't need a referral, just go.
If you're in Calgary, I do have some contact of doctors or like names of good contacts.
Me too. So message us.
Message, and then we can share.
Number 3.
And the third one is like talk to your woman friends, and it's okay to share. It's like it's a common discussion that you can have with like
ladies. We need to talk about more things more often.
I don't feel it's like only your own issue, and then other women are facing that at different degrees, but be open to share that with your mom. And then sometimes they might not be aware. It's like, oh, I have the same, and then you discover that's like, okay, let's find a solution. So
don't get us wrong when we say it's not normal. We're not trying to put you into a shame spiral.
No.
We want you to get out there and talk about it to your friends, because let's help each other, other women in the world, recognize that there's something we can do about this.
And maybe they have this super nice contact about the specialist, and it's like, oh, you should see this, and then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, thank you for sharing.
And it's not just about Kegels, ladies. I know you've heard about those. There's so much more.
Yeah.
There's so much more to it.
So many more exercises.
Breathing. There's so many things. But anyway, go see your specialist, and they're going to tell you what to do about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys.
So share this video with your woman friends, because it's a very important topic.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.